Okay guys, hi, it's Halla with the Cozy Moose. I am here to do another Fun Friday with Halla. We've got the pellet stove going again, and the kitties want attention, so they might be meowing. So that's that. Prime example. Ebony is already going for it. I think Galaxy might be a little bit mad at me though, because she's trying to eat her brother's food. But today I kind of took some brief notes beforehand, which is great. And we're just gonna go from there. So I wanted to show you first of all the little crocodile that I'd finished for my niece. I know the last time we talked, which was the first Fun Friday with Halla, I had talked about the Christmas gifts that I was making, and it took a really long time, and I realized it's almost middle of February. It is the middle of February. But life happens, and they're kiddos, and I think that they enjoy the gifts that I give them. So waiting a little bit longer is not the end of the world. So we're just gonna go with that and pray that they totally enjoy their projects. But that to be said, I've got this little cutie. The request by Jubilee was that she get a pink crocodile. And my brother and sister-in-law had this yarn. I believe it's Red Heart, that it didn't have a label on it. But it was like, honestly, it was daunting at first because I did not like the idea of it being like a gradient, if you will, or variegated. Probably more like a gradient. But then I like the other one, like the frog, I picked up steam and I got encouraged. So we've got his little bow tie. Because it's so much pink, I was like, I want it to be very simple. Normally this little stuffed animal has a little t-shirt, which is super cute. It's striped. And I left the link on it to my last video, I believe, to the designer who made this, I believe. So yeah, here's the cute little man. He's got his little beanie. I just realized the way I attached the hat is not how I anticipated attaching the hat, but if nobody knows, they're never gonna mention it. So there we go. Next up, okay, so I kind of am going in a different order. I totally didn't think about it when I was writing out my notes. I just went out of like what popped to my mind first. So we did finished project first. Now we're gonna do acquisitions. And I have two, one personal and then one for another person, and they both have patterns connected to them, which I'm really excited about. So the burnt mustard has been a color that I've been kind of, and you're not gonna unfortunately get the best photo or color quality of this because it's so dark in the apartment. I mean, there's obviously light, but you can't see all of the tone and moodiness to this color. This color, it is from Malabrigo. It's glitter number 048 on the Rios weight, which is worsted weight. So I got this. So if you go to Cozy and you spend money, you get stars, and then when you have enough stars, you get rewards. I mean, we all know how rewards work. And so I purchased this with rewards, and then I think I bought like one other thing, maybe. And I'm so excited. So the pattern that's gonna go with this beautiful burnt mustardy yellow is, okay, I worked on pronunciation before this, but if I get it wrong, I apologize to the designer and the people who I say their names to, or the names of. So I believe the pattern that'll be linked is the Nassau Country Knee-High Socks by Niree Noel, and they look so cozy. Normally I knit for myself a lot of fingering weight socks. And then I also have some, I think maybe like 2 or 3 pair that are DK weight. I've knit for other people either worsted weight socks that actually seem so cozy, or I've actually done, I crocheted a pair of chunky like slippers for someone one time, which I was not necessarily a fan of, just because I shouldn't have crocheted them, but for the time that it was, I wanted to go quick, I guess. I don't know. A learning process project for sure. But these ones are knee high, and I believe they're worked toe up, and I am gonna basically make them house socks because I don't see myself wearing them out in public, and if I did, it would probably be like a wintry kind of outfit with like tights underneath maybe and a cute skirt outfit. Actually, I could see that be very cute, so maybe someday. Moving on, the next acquisition I have is actually for a friend of mine. Absolutely adore her. She is the sweetest woman. I actually lived with them when I moved back from South Carolina to Oregon, and she's a blessing. Major blessing in my life. So the next one that I have is for her. I'm going to show you the yarn first. I'm going to pull out each of them, which they might actually end up changing because, again, Cozy, my local yarn store, has the additional ones that I need on hold for us because we had ordered them and then they put them on hold. So Lisa, I remember her saying that she likes more of the greens and blues and like earthy tones to this color versus the purples and the pinks of it, which you'll understand here in a second. I'm just going to show you them first, and then I'll read the names of them. And then I'm going to just put them right back in the bag. I think this one here, nope, just kidding. This is another one. I haven't unwinded them either because I don't want to wind them up. Unwinded them. I didn't cake them up yet. This is one of the ones that she might be switching out just because it has more of the purple to it. But this one is definitely a keep and one we're probably going to look for more of because it has those greens in there and the blues, like I said. Well, that one's coming undone here in a second. But the reason I didn't cake these up yet, same with my socks, is because I'll try to start the project before I finish other projects. And I already have so many projects cast on or started, which I might mention at the end. But I need to pace myself and not overwhelm myself. And life lately has been a little bit overwhelming, but I'm trying to like rein it in. And then I think this is also one that she's probably going to keep as well. So the ones that have more purple are go away projects. Not go away projects, go away skeins. So I'm going to bring them all back out for a second, then put them back in the bag. But you'll see that they have these beautiful, like rich, let's see if I can do this.
I know it's goofy.
Back to the yarn. This set is Sagittarius. I guess it's from their a collection that they were doing. It's number 286 again on the Rios weight. It's a worsted weight. So the project that's going to go with this lovely yarn is this is another one that I might pronounce incorrectly, but it's the Campfire Cozy Shawl. It's a blanket shawl. Literally in the description of it, the girl is saying it's massive. I want to say that it's 100 and gosh, what was it? 119 inches or 120 inches. So it's longer than my arm span. I'm pretty sure. I think it's like, well, it's way longer than my arm span now that I think of that. But it's the Campfire Cozy Shawl, blanket shawl by Espace, Tricot. And I'll add the link in the bottom. So if I totally butcher the name, I am so sorry. I will be better at pronunciations. So that's a really exciting project that is going to happen. So exciting. Then I've got just 2 more things to talk about briefly. I guess I actually should have mentioned the hat first with the crocodile, but I just looked at this, and my last thing, which I'm actually bumping up, was the Garden Gnome Beanie by Fennec Fox Knits. And it is a super cute gnome hat that I got to test that pattern for her, gosh, like 5 years ago now, I feel like. And I took and I made one of them for my nieces, and then I was like, oh, for Christmas I'm just gonna make them all hats. And there were only 3 nieces at the time, and I realized as I was rereading the pattern years later that I totally screwed it up. And I on the decreases, instead of it being like more of a like gradual triangle, it went, and it was a very like quick triangle versus a long triangle, and then the long I-cord and tassel were, it was cute. It fit their head really nicely, and then it had a little bit of point and like part. But the one that I made recently actually followed the pattern, and it was a more gradual triangle into the gnome hat. And when I gave it to my friend Lisa's husband, actually, he was really happy with it. Last project, and then I'll jump off of here and we can enjoy the rest of our evenings, or whenever you're watching this, morning, afternoon, evening, and then you'll have to come back and visit for the next one whenever I record that. But the last project I want to talk about, which Ebony's kind of sleeping on, is the ankle socks by, I'm gonna say, Inorgaknit. Again, I'm sorry for pronunciation. It's, I believe, sorry Bubba's, you okay? I believe it's a free pattern on Ravelry. And again, I'll share the link. Thankfully, I have a whole bunch less links this time than the last time, so that's a blessing. And I also altered this one as well. This one is for someone, and I can't share who it's for, just in case she watches this video. But she'll hopefully know soon enough. But somebody else that we both know decided to request that I knit her a pair of socks. So first friend getting the knit socks, second friend the one who requested the socks. And it's based on the cat socks that I had done previously, and this friend loves socks. Excuse me. Well, she loves socks, but she loves cats. And so what I've done by changing the pattern is normally it's toe up, and then you have to do, gosh, I don't even know the process, but you have to like do the heel turn. I don't like knitting toe up socks for the specific reason of how you do the process of creating the heel turn and then the flap. You have to like do a lot of decreasing in a weird way. I don't know if I'll explain that well enough, but because of that reason, and also for some reason when I cast off on the ankle of the sock, it's not great. It's not bad, but it's not great. It's not as uniform as this. So I cast on, and I'm already I did a small ankle, and then I'm already to the heel flap, and I'm working on the gusset right now. This is actually a yarn from forever ago, literally like 6 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. It's an Farmer's Daughter yarn, and I cannot remember the name of the color, but it's on my Instagram already. I might share that post when I share the video link, just so you guys can see it. But the fun thing about these socks is when I knit them, I did black cats with cute little noses and everything, and then it was like a like white variegated. That was really beautiful. But what I'm doing with this pair is the friend that I have, I believe, has 2 cats, and one is gray and one is orange. So I've got these skeins, and that's so much messier than I intended it to be when I pulled that out. Sorry, I didn't prep that. Hold on. So there's this one here. Is this my yarn? This one is not my yarn. I actually have no idea where this yarn came from. I can't remember whose yarn this is. If I do remember, I'll add it in the notes. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. And then there's this yarn. This one is actually my yarn that I've hand dyed. This one's called Misty Mountain. And so there's going to be a gray cat and an orange cat. And then she's going to have her pink because she also loves pink. So this is the last project. Super cute. I'm really excited. I haven't gotten the yarn together for the eyes and the nose yet, but that's going to be easy. I have a lot of different scraps. Something that was great though about this, with me altering from toe up to cuff down, is I just printed off the chart for it, so then I can use whatever sock pattern I'd like to do the ankle and the gusset and all of that jazz, and then just do the pattern to finish it off, which is nice. So I'm thinking that's a lot less time than the last one. Honestly, I feel like that was way less time. I think it's gonna be like 15 minutes. But if you enjoy these, please, and I'll try to stop saying because I just realized how many times I've said and But if you like the channel, please subscribe, like my page, follow me, and then if you want to leave a comment, maybe something that you're working on, I'll try to read the comments and respond to you. If you enjoy this podcast, take and share it with your friends. You can play it in the background while you cook or work. It's kind of just a fun, cozy environment that I want you guys to feel comfortable in. And yeah, and at some point I'll do an introduction video besides the Cozy Moose corner of the Fun Friday with Halla, and I'll kind of give a little bit of history about myself and who I am and what I love, and we'll go from there. So have a great night. I enjoyed chatting with you, and I'm gonna go make dinner and chat with a friend. Bye guys.